You probably don't know who I am, half of you in this room, but I'm Gemma's uncle. And actually, if you want to say after some of these sad stories, ladies, feel free, because I'm the poor, suffering uncle, you know, with my nephews and niece. I had to suffer getting kicked, punched, poked in the eye. Yes, Andrew, you know who you are, wherever you are. Actually, that's the man right there, poking in the eye. Just, I think it was a year ago now. Anyway, it's just, I want to welcome Sheridan to the family. Actually, he's been a member of the family for actually quite a few years now. And unfortunately, I haven't had much chance to meet him, only on a couple of occasions, but a great guy. And, you know, hopefully we'll get to know you over the years. And through the day, get to know the rest of your family too. And I actually did have another speech ready, but I was censored. You know, so I had to throw that out anyway. So I'm going to just ad-lib from here on anyway. But yeah, just a couple of things about Gemma. You might not be aware, but she actually came out on a trip a couple of years ago to do a hiking trip, about 75 kilometers long on the West Coast Trail of Canada. Anyway, as pretty as she is here, she had a lump on her forehead. Actually, it was so big, we actually named it as Gemma's friend. It was a bug bite. And the first night we had a big cougar walk into the campsite. And actually it was beeline to my son Alex here. And unfortunately the thing could not see the rest of us. We were all hidden behind a couple of spruce trees. But you know, as soon as Gemma jumped out, that thing just ran off. Anyway, we're very proud of you, Gemma. Very tough, very intelligent, very beautiful young girl that you've grown up into. And yeah, it's I'm going to miss you going to New Zealand. And yes, hopefully you'll see us on the West Coast sometime soon. And anybody else, come on over. It's an open house. And my only regret is that your dad and granddad couldn't be here to enjoy it. I know they would be so proud of you too. And also for Jenny for raising you and doing a great job, and for organizing this whole wedding. There's a lot of tough work, and you did an excellent job. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm full. That was a good meal. Anyway, I'll wrap it up pretty quick here. I just wanted to say, give a toast to the bride and groom. Now that I won't delay you anymore, and just long life and happiness. Cheers. Cheers. You know, it's not easy being up here. Thanks. Yeah, no pressure on the rest of them.
Right, that's not easy, is it?
No.
Firstly, thank you, Ian, for his kind words and travelling all the way with his cousins, or Jen's cousins, from Canada. Gemma and I would also like to thank everyone here for turning up and being with us on a special day today. We really appreciate everyone taking the time, and thank you for everyone's kind gifts.
I haven't got you one yet.
A big thank you to my parents for all their love and support that they've shown us both. If we can emulate the sort of love and admiration that you two have shown each other over the last 35 years, and still survive, we'll have done pretty well. Now, as all of you know, Jim and I have been living in New Zealand for the past 18 months. So, organising today has been quite a big challenge. we've sometimes been accused of being quite laid-back people. I don't know why, but so when you combine that with living 11,000 miles away, trying to organise a successful wedding has been quite impossible. So a massive thank you to Jenny for organising everything, and for welcoming me so warmly into your family. And my biggest thank you goes to my bride for marrying me.
Thanks for showing up.
I think everyone would agree that you look stunning today, and I feel so honoured that you're my wife. We've been together for almost 7 years now, and I can honestly say that they've been the best years of my life. I look forward to our future together. For those who don't know this, I first met Jim whilst we worked down the road at the West Hampton Tennis Club together, where the typical cliche of the tennis coach and the receptionist became reality. I was still studying, and she was returning from a year's travelling around Australia and New Zealand, where her accent had gotten so strong that for the first 2 weeks I actually thought she was Australian. Needless to say, after I realised my mistake, my green card plans were ruined. 6 happy years later, we decided to move across to New Zealand, where I decided the right time was to propose. Putting my romantic cap on, which I admit I don't put on all that often, I planned a weekend camping trip up to the North Island. With the ring hidden away and the perfect scene set, I waited until sunset, and no one on the beach, I got on one knee and proposed. Now, when you watch that in the movies, the usual answer to the question is yes. But Jen being Jen, I was instead greeted with, "Are you being serious?" Which she repeated about 4 times while I'm still on one knee. Well, I was obviously being serious, and she made me very happy by eventually saying yes. Before I pass you over to Laura, the bridesmaid, I would just like to say a few words about my best man Charlie, who you'll be hearing from shortly. Now, I've known Charlie for many, many years, ever since we went to school together about 18 years ago. He's a great guy, lots of fantastic qualities.
Charlie's still a butt.
He does sometimes live in sort of Charlie world, where you can make these very exaggerated fantasy stories. So don't believe everything you hear. He does actually believe these things to be true, so just humour him while he's well, he's also a whiz on Photoshop. So don't...
I'm not a whiz. No people.
And finally, I'd like to introduce Laura, who looks beautiful today, and thank her firstly for making sure that Jen did actually turn up today. And secondly, for the civilised hen party that she organised, which unfortunately I didn't receive, as I'm still having the nightmares today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to propose a toast. Please be upstanding and raise your glass to the bridesmaid. Again, thank you everyone for coming today. We all hope you have a great time, and I'll pass you over to Laura.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by congratulating my friends. Well done, guys, you did it.